Onions are a staple in kitchens across the globe, known for their distinct flavor and versatile use in cooking. Whether used as a garnish, base for soups, or a key ingredient in savory dishes, onions are crucial to our daily meals. However, few realize the immense scale of onion production in the United States. In fact, American farmers harvest nearly 9 billion pounds of onions annually. This staggering number raises the question, how do they manage to grow and harvest such an immense quantity? The process is a combination of age-old farming techniques, advanced technology, and efficient logistics. In this video, we will explore the history of onion farming in the US, the different varieties of onions grown, the methods used by farmers to harvest billions of pounds of onions, and the challenges they face along the way. We'll also take a look at the technological innovations and modern machinery that help American farmers meet the growing demand for onions. The history of onion farming in the US. Onions have been cultivated for thousands of years, with evidence of their use dating back to ancient Egypt. The crop made its way to the United States in the early colonial period, where it was initially grown in small gardens. By the late 1800 AC, commercial onion farming took off, particularly in the western US. Today, onions are grown in nearly every state, with major production areas concentrated in states like California, Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. The United States is one of the largest producers of onions in the world, with American farmers harvesting an estimated 9 billion pounds annually. Onions are grown on over 130,000 acres of land across the country, providing a vital agricultural industry. The demand for onions has surged due to their widespread use in cooking, as well as their long shelf life, making them a reliable and cost-efficient crop for farmers. The types of onions grown in the US. Before diving into the harvesting process, it's important to understand the types of onions grown in the US. There are several varieties, each suited to different growing conditions and consumer preferences. Yellow onions. These are the most common variety and are used in a wide range of culinary applications. They have a robust, slightly sweet flavor that becomes milder once cooked. Yellow onions make up the majority of the onions harvested in the US. Red onions. Known for their vibrant purple-red skin and slightly sweet, mild flavor, red onions are often used raw in salads, sandwiches, and salsas. They are also used for pickling. White onions. These onions have a milder taste compared to yellow onions and are typically used in Mexican cuisine or for raw preparations. White onions are popular in salads and as toppings for tacos. Sweet onions. These onions, such as Vidalia onions from Georgia, are prized for their sweetness and are typically eaten raw, in salads, or grilled. Sweet onions have a higher sugar content, making them a favorite for caramelization. Shallots. A variety of onion that is smaller and milder, shallots are used in gourmet cooking for their subtle flavor and delicate texture. While yellow onions are the most commonly harvested, the farming techniques used to harvest them can also apply to other onion varieties, with slight variations to account for different growth patterns. The onion growing process. Before diving into the harvest itself, it's crucial to understand how onions are grown. The process begins with selecting the right type of onion and the optimal planting time. Here's a basic breakdown of how onions are grown. Choosing the right soil and climate. Onions require well-drained, loose soil with a pH of 6 to 7. The ideal temperature range for onion growth is between 55°F and 75°F. Onions are generally grown in regions that offer these climate conditions, such as California. Farmers usually plant onions in the spring, as they need a long growing season. They often start with seeds, sets, small onion bulbs, or transplants. Some areas may also grow onions from seed, but for large-scale production, sets or transplants are more commonly used to ensure a uniform crop. Planting and cultivation. Onions are typically planted in rows with enough space between them to allow the bulbs to grow. Farmers often use mechanical planters which place the onion sets or transplants into the soil efficiently. The plants are then spaced carefully to avoid overcrowding, which can result in smaller bulbs and lower yields. Throughout the growing season, farmers must ensure that the onions receive adequate water and nutrients. Over-irrigation can lead to rot, while under-irrigation can stress the plants. Fertilization is also crucial, as onions require sufficient nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium to grow strong and healthy. Growing and maintenance. Onions are relatively low-maintenance crops once they're planted. However, regular weeding and pest management are essential. Farmers often use herbicides and pesticides to keep the crops healthy and free of weeds and harmful insects. In some cases, organic farming methods may be used, where natural pest control techniques. Farmers also need to ensure that the onions are harvested at the right time. Overripe onions may spoil, while underripe onions may not have fully developed bulbs. Onions typically take about 100 to 175 days to mature, depending on the variety and growing conditions. How onions are harvested. Once the onions are fully grown and ready for harvest, the real work begins. Harvesting onions, especially on a massive scale, requires careful planning and precision. Here's how American farmers manage the harvest of nearly 9 billion pounds of onions. Timing the harvest. The timing of the onion harvest is critical. Onions are typically harvested when the tops of the plants begin to fall over and dry out. This indicates that the bulbs are mature and ready for harvest. In some cases, farmers may also test the onions by checking the size of the bulbs and their skin texture. Overripe onions can become soft and prone to decay, while underripe onions may not store well. Mechanical harvesting. The vast majority of onions in the US are harvested using specialized machinery. Onion harvesting machines, such as onion lifters and harvesters, are designed to lift the onions from the soil without damaging the bulbs. These machines work by digging into the soil, lifting the onions out, and then placing them onto a conveyor belt for further processing. Onion lifters typically have rotating tines that gently loosen the soil around the onions. After the onions are lifted, they are carried along conveyor belts to sorting and packing stations. Some machines are also capable of cutting the onion tops and removing excess dirt during the process. Manual labor. Despite the advancements in mechanization, manual labor is still essential during the harvest. Workers are often needed to pick up and sort the onions, removing any damaged or unwanted bulbs. These onions are then transported to processing facilities where they are cleaned, peeled, and packaged. Sorting and grading. Once harvested, the onions are sorted based on size, quality, and appearance. This is a critical part of the process because consumers expect a consistent, high-quality product. Sorting ensures that only the best onions make it to market, while damaged or imperfect onions are either discarded or used for processing into products like onion powder or onion rings. The onions are then packed into crates or bags for shipment to wholesalers, retailers, or processing plants. Technological advancements in onion harvesting. Farming, like many other industries, has embraced technology to improve efficiency, reduce labor costs, and increase yields. In the case of onion farming, several technological innovations have transformed the way onions are grown and harvested. Automated harvesting machines. As mentioned, harvesting onions at a massive scale requires specialized machinery. These machines have become more efficient, allowing farmers to harvest large fields of onions quickly and with minimal manual labor. Some advanced harvesters can even detect onion size and quality, allowing for more precise sorting. Drones and GPS technology. Drones equipped with cameras and sensors are used to monitor onion crops from the air. They can provide real-time data on plant health, soil moisture, and crop growth, helping farmers make better decisions about irrigation, fertilization, and pest control. Additionally, GPS technology helps farmers map out their fields and track planting and harvesting patterns for better yield predictions. AI and data analytics. Artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning are increasingly being used to analyze data collected from onion farms. This data can help farmers optimize planting schedules, irrigation patterns, and pest control strategies. AI can also help predict crop yields and market demand, allowing farmers to make more informed decisions about their harvest. The challenges of onion farming. While onion farming can be highly lucrative, it is not without its challenges. Some of the most significant hurdles faced by onion farmers include weather conditions. Onions are susceptible to damage from extreme weather conditions like heavy rainfall, frost, or drought. Unpredictable weather can lead to poor crop yields, making it difficult for farmers to meet demand. Labor shortages. Despite advances in automation, onion farming still requires significant manual labor, especially during the harvest. Labor shortages, particularly in rural areas, can be a major issue, driving up costs and making it difficult for farmers to find enough workers. Pests and diseases. Like all crops, onions are vulnerable to pests and diseases, such as onion maggots and downy mildew. Farmers must take proactive measures to protect their crops, which can include using pesticides or organic pest control methods. Market fluctuations. The demand for onions can fluctuate throughout the year, making it challenging for farmers to plan their harvests and pricing strategies. Overproduction can lead to lower prices, while underproduction can lead to supply shortages. The process of growing and harvesting nearly 9 billion pounds of onions annually in the United States is no small feat. It requires a combination of expertise, advanced machinery, and careful planning to meet the demands of both consumers and businesses. As American farmers continue to innovate and adapt to new challenges, the future of onion farming looks promising. From the time the onion seeds are planted to the moment the onions reach our kitchens, the entire process is a testament to the hard work and ingenuity of farmers who help feed the nation. Through continuous technological advancements and a commitment to sustainability, American onion farmers are ensuring that this essential crop remains a vital part of the agricultural landscape for years to come. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.